How has life changed since you've been ranked? Have people around campus mentioned it, or calls, text messages, anything like that?
I haven't been there yet. It hasn't changed much for me. We still went back to work today to practice, so it's been the same week. I haven't been on campus yet.
Practice, I do the same amount of work here after the next game. Yeah, I was on campus yesterday, a few more people, so it was like, great game, congratulations, it's pretty neat.
This is somewhere it's nice and all to get the recognition, but you kind of have to put that aside, because you got to get focused on a game. It's more about where you finish. Is that kind of what you got to do with the ranking?
Definitely. We've stressed that since we've gotten the news. It's nice, but now we have to move to Southern Miss and focus in on what we have to do with them and how we can game plan them and go get another win this week.
Yeah, you got to come out and get ready to work for this week. And compete, and Larry said, worry about the rankings when the season's over.
Is the significance of the rankings something you look back on once the season's over? Or, is there any sense right now that, hey, man, that's the historical significance of it for you guys? Do you really notice that right now?
I think we noticed it. I think that's, like we talked about, we've wanted that for a while. It's a little bit more respect around the country, so it's definitely nice to have it, but again, we have to really focus on Southern Miss or we'll be out of there.
Yeah, it was definitely a goal of ours coming into the season, go out there and compete and hopefully end up ranked, but we can't worry about that now. We got to come out every week and just worry about the next game.
First two questions outside of Ronnie Latavius and Jeff, you're fourth in the team in touchdowns. Talk about that row wide receivers are on the way. And then the challenge of facing a team third straight week that will not huddle.
On the touchdowns, I'm probably the luckiest guy on the team. I'd have to give credit to that. Just being in the right place at the right time is all I can really say. But as far as Southern Miss, another huge challenge for us this week. They have another dynamic offense, and they really put up points in the last couple of games. They've scored 40-plus as well. So another challenge, and we really want to go out this week, and we feel that we've had 2 weeks to prepare for Southern Miss with the fast-paced offenses we've seen. So hopefully we can slow down a little bit and be poised and play a lot better defense.
How's Southern Miss? How are they similar and different maybe from Houston? Their quarterback's obviously more experienced, but are they a little bit different in how they go about their offense? Or?
I think they're a little bit different. They still like to really speed up the tempo, but just from different run plays and different schemes that they have, they're not so much of the screens, the missile screens, things like that. So they like to run the football maybe a little bit more than ECU and Houston.
Bruce, Josh Lemon giving you a lot of credit for helping him. He used to be a guy who would get too hyped up and wouldn't stay calm on the field. Can you talk about your talks you've had with him or how you've helped him?
Josh deserves all the credit. I haven't done anything to help Josh. He's been, just that guy that we needed to step up at Mike Backer for us, and he's just done an excellent job. I guess the only thing that I could do for Josh is, again, talk to him and try to help him keep his composure. But, Josh, he really deserves all the credit. He's been a great backer for us this year and has really stepped up and accepted that challenge.
John, is it possible to quantify how far this offense has come, maybe since when you got here to where it is now, when you're scoring 40 points a game, where that wasn't always the case 2-3 years ago?
The season 2007 was a really good offense that year, took a few steps back, but it's great to come back to where the defense can rely on us, for points on the board, and they don't always have to pick up all the slack when you do our part too. That means a lot for us to go out there and execute our assignment and keep the points up there. It really brings us together. We have a lot of chemistry now, and it's really exciting.
Joe, what does it kind of say about the offense, just the way you came back? The previous games you kind of maintained the lead, but Houston got up on you guys 24-23 on the road, and it was loud. The fans really erupted at that point. What does it say about the character of the offense to come back after getting down like that?
Because we're a very confident offense. We knew we could go out there and score again. That's what we did. We knew we just had to go out there and execute our assignments, and everything worked out in the end.
Joe, what can you say about Jordan Ray and what he's meant to the offensive line and to the team, especially after last week when he was out?
Yeah, it's tough, having Jordan Ray out there. Cliff and Zach both stepped up. But Jordan's a great athlete, great leader out there. He just makes all his calls. He's really a presence out there and really helps out the offensive line.
Joe, just kind of talk about Southern Miss a little bit. What have you seen out of their defense or defensive line? What are your impressions of looking at film on them?
They're much like our defense. They're really tough guys, big. They really fit their assignments, their gaps. They come out to play. They come and play hard. So we just need to step up, have a good week of practice, go out there and compete.
It's going to be a senior day on Saturday. Is that something, have you thought about that? What that moment's going to be like, going out on the field before the game? Is it something you try not to think about? Or?
Yeah, it's going to be nice, walking out there, and it's going to be kind of sad, last home game, but, just another game, you just can't really think about it.
Same question for you, Bruce,
Yeah,
senior day?
I think it'll really set in, I think, when we go out there to I guess we do like a walk before the game, but, really just preparing for this week, and then when the situation comes, there probably will be a lot of different emotions flying through everyone's head, so it's going to be different being the last home game, or not, hopefully not the last home game, correct myself, but regular season game, so it's going to be different.
As you alluded to, is that a big motivating factor, knowing that if you guys take care of business the way out, that there will be another home game here?
It is a motivation, and we've talked about that. We really want to host the championship game, so we'll take it one game at a time like we've done for the past 5 or 6 games, and really focus on Southern Miss.
Guys, Coach always talks about how much he likes playing those early days, 12 o'clock kicks, 3:30 kicks. For you guys, is it any different? Would you rather play early like this on a 12 o'clock high noon?
I think one way that it helps us is that's what we're used to doing. We get up every morning in practice, and we're done by 12. So I think playing earlier in the day is more what we're accustomed to. I personally like the Friday night light type stuff, Saturday night light, and playing underneath the lights of the stadium is nice.
John, can you describe a huddle with Jeff got from the first quarter to the fourth quarter? Is there a big difference, or is he steady the whole way through?
He stays exactly the same the whole game. He's always poised. He's always comfortable in the huddle, and he exudes his confidence. He knows it's going to work out. He's going to get the play done, and he goes out there and executes.
Is it surprising how much of a calming force that is? I mean, when you guys fell behind at Houston, the stories that Jeff just said, we practice this, let's go do this, and how much does that have a ripple effect? And Bruce also, how much does that have a ripple effect defensively in you guys too?
Anytime your quarterback goes out there and he's calm, he's not shaking anyway, and you can tell you guys, just do the same thing we've been doing all day, just go out there and do your job. It just helps you, makes you more confident in your assignment and his, and it's all going to work out.
For the defense, I know one thing that has helped the most is the time of possession this year. Being able to sit down and take a break and get your legs back underneath you. And then the second thing is a confidence. We know that those guys are doing an excellent job right now. Jeff's doing an awesome job running the offense, and they're really putting up points, and that's big for us because that puts us at another advantage. They have to counter and move the ball and maybe throw the ball a little bit more to score, and it's just another confidence booster for us.
Bruce, what are some of the things you need to improve on to have maybe a more successful outing against the spread offense that you guys are facing this week?
Tackling. That's been a huge thing for the past 2 weeks is they're going to throw the ball, and that's what ECU and Houston, that was their game plan. They wanted to throw it, and they're going to catch balls, and we have to just tackle them where they are. And the yards after catch is hurt, and then last week with the run game, we want to get back to playing good run defense against Southern Miss, and then just tackle when they throw and catch the ball.
Bruce, we've heard about, guys like Ronnie Weaver who played special teams. Obviously, he's been great for us offensively this year in the backfield. Talk a little about your role in playing special teams during the course of this season.
My role is to protect the returner, number one, kickoff return. I just block every play as hard as I can. And then number two is punting. I'm the right guard on punt, and I have to protect my punter and cover the field and try to make some tackles.
If it were up to you, would you come off the field? I mean, the way you're catching the football, too, offense might be a possibility.
I wouldn't. I like to stay on the field. So any way that I can help the team, if it's, again, blocking or protecting and covering punts, I like to be out there and make sure that I can get the job done and be accountable and help the team out.
Especially in athletes.
Thanks a lot.
Bruce. Joe.